Ladies and gentlemen, god damn it, it's the weekend again, baby. It's your boy Stoney coming to you live from the TCM Museum of Minnesota. Good evening, motherfuckers. Get in here, share the fucking feed. I got a kick-ass show tonight. Amazing guest. I'm super fucking pumped to talk to this dude. Before we get into that, I hope everybody's doing well, once and for all. Cheers, motherfuckers. So throw that up, baby. Got to get through them sponsors. You know how it goes here. If you guys are new to the show, make sure you fucking subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, all that bullshit. Not going live on TikTok anymore. Fuck that, man. I was dancing with the devil on getting banned because I got bullying and hate speech and tobacco infractions and all that cunt sucking bullshit. Fuck off. Half Moon Designs and McDonald is our beautiful, amazing, wonderful sponsor of the show. A true fucking homie to all of us. That is Ann McDonald from the Shit Show, Mrs. Shit Show, the better half. Of course, just killing it out there. Half Moon Designs. Make sure you use promo code SpaceCorps when you check out for 10% off your entire fucking order. She has everything from baller, top of the line, beautiful backpacks, mini backpacks, wallets, fucking dog collars. You name that shit, man. She's just cranking out some super fucking dope stuff. And of course, she's gotten viral on TikTok 2 or 3 times around for the infamous burrito wallet. Fuck, dude. She had like a wait list for like 2 years or something on that shit. It was amazing. Super happy for all of her success. Everybody get on in here. And, of course, if you like what you're seeing with the show, you can visit over to the merch page to Stoney's TCM Museum of Minnesota. Also, the Space Corps podcast merchandise for your fine ass. You can look pretty hot and sexy in there. And, of course, supporting the show means a lot to me. You don't have to. Never any obligation. Please don't spend a fucking penny. But if you want to, any bit of the sales, trickles right back into the show. Better microphones, better whatever the fuck. Ozempic, maybe I can look a little bit better. I don't know. Whatever. Tommy Thompson, I see you watching, brother. Let's get everybody in here. That's all I'm going to fucking say about that, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we have a special fucking guest in the house, Mr. Quinn Niemo from Grimm Grinner Studios. How you doing, brother?
How's it going, man?
Yes.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Dude, I'm so fucking happy you're on. This is a great evening. I've been really looking forward to it. Quite honest.
As have I. Yeah.
And the beautiful Leatherface behind you there. If Sean Shango's watching, Mr. Shit Show, you're going to get massive points with the Kiss shirt, his favorite fucking band. And dig that.
Great concert. My first concert, surprisingly. But hey, end of the road, it's great. It was wonderful. Great way to go out.
When did you see them then? When was that? Was that last year?
Oh, Jesus. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, long for me. It was past 5 years. It was, but we saw them in Fresno, California. They were doing it. It was right when they were starting the tour. So, God, I don't remember when it was, but it was back there. So,
dude, so here's my Kiss story. We might as well just get into that because it's the only one I got, but it's kind of a cool one. I always respected Kiss. I never owned an album. I knew the radio hits. I was very familiar with them, whatever. Just kind of, I was a metalhead, new metal and stuff, and I was just kind of growing up. I was like, that's older fucking rock music and stuff. Just didn't get into them much. And again, no disrespect on them. I was the same way with like fucking even Metallica and Slayer and stuff like that. It was just, a little before my time. I like the current shit that was coming out. I was Slipknot. I was all that stuff. But
yeah.
So Kiss was coming for one of their 30, farewell tours that they were doing, and I was living in Duluth, Minnesota, which is up on Lake Superior. It's kind of a couple hours north of Minneapolis, and we've got a smaller arena there. The DECC convention or whatever. Well, Kiss was coming to town, and one thing, there's a lot of things I like about them, and I got a lot of respect for those dudes, especially after seeing them. But they came to town. And my stepdad, who was he's a Vietnam vet, he's in the Legion, he's very active in the post-war service stuff, right? And apparently Gene Simmons is he highly respects and loves the servicemen and women, right? So like during the Kiss shows, which hopefully you saw too, they do the Star Spangled Banner, and then they actually bring in some local, people from the Legion to actually fly the flags, the red, white, and blue and stuff. Did they do that when you saw them?
Man, I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, that would be before the show, right?
It was during the show actually. Like,
During
like
the show.
they played
Jeez.
for like fucking 2.5 hours. But yeah, in the middle, they all of a sudden bring out the honor guard is what she was in, and they got the American flag, the local Minnesota flag, and then they fucking just shred the Star Spangled Banner on guitars. There's fireworks and all this shit. It was awesome. But so Kiss contacts the local honor guard ahead of time, and they say, hey, do you got like 5 people that would come on stage for Kiss, and they're all old fuckers. And so my stepdad, he goes, hey, you like Kiss? And I go, I'm like, kinda. He goes, well, they're coming to town. You want to see them? I go, not really. It's okay. I appreciate it. He goes, well, they want me to be in it, and they want me to be on stage, and they're giving me free tickets, free backstage passes. I get to like have dinner with them and stuff. And he goes, I get a +1, and your mom doesn't want to go because my mom, it ain't anything. That's not her music at all. And I go, well, fuck, in that case, yeah, dude, let's do it. And so I went, I saw Kiss, I got the star-studded treatment, I got to have dinner with the dudes. I had not only like a backstage pass, but like an all access pass, so I could go any fucking where possible. I was underneath the stage in the bowels of the place. And dude, it was truly an amazing fucking show. They blew me away for some old dudes up there. The production value was fucking nuts. I'm a fan,
Absolutely.
dude.
Yeah.
Total fan now.
Yeah. Dude, it's amazing because how old they are, they're in just great physical condition and they're
Yeah,
still able to perform. And it's amazing, especially Paul Stanley. He doesn't, you cannot tell when he's on stage.
sure.
I mean, with that big dyed chest of hair. But yeah, but it was wonderful. A great concert.
That's so cool. Yeah, we took pictures with them and stuff. I remember they kind of like everybody like hugged each other in. And I remember just having my arm on like the side of his waist of Paul Stanley. I'm like, his skin was like so like old man and like saying, I'm like, you fuckers are so old. But dude, it was cool, man. And I guess the cooler side note for me is my ex-girlfriend was a monster Kiss fan, and when I saw them, we had long since broken up, and I was just like, yeah, bitch, that's right, I'm going to see your favorite band, and I can give a fuck less. Oh
Oh,
man.
jeez.
Anyway, that's my one and only relatable Kiss story. So anyway,
That's great.
but yeah, homie Shango, man, he always takes we're always busting his chops about it, man. He's got a huge Kiss collection. He's got just the figures. He's got, I mean, Kiss memorabilia is up the ass, but he's got quite an impressive collection.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you, sir, I swear to God, I feel like you kind of like popped out of fucking nowhere as far as in like the TCM world with your mask making. Holy fuck! I mean, there's a lot I want to ask you about. But for one, dude, the quality of what you're doing, I mean, I feel like you've been making masks for 40 years, but looking at you, you seem to be kind of a young buck. I mean, how many generations of masks or releases do you think you've put out so far? Like, are you, you know,
Oh, jeez.
I mean, what would you think?
Generations?
Or I mean, how
I
do you want to say
mean,
it? Like releases, right? I mean, you've done a killing mask, like each time you're doing a mold, I guess, right, or something like that. And I'm not a
oh,
mask maker,
okay.
so I'm very stupid when it comes to a lot of that shit. But
No, it's all good.
I mean, like, how long did it
Yeah,
take you to like
well,
craft how fucking excellent and amazing these look, or are you just comes to you?
I think improving is mainly because I'm my own worst critic. And anytime I finish something, it will be great in the moment, but then I immediately start noticing things wrong with it. So,
Sure.
I try to fix that immediately. And that's why I have 3 versions of the killing mask and probably soon to be 4. Even I said that
Yes.
V3 was going to be my last one, but
Yeah.
hell, I'm looking at it now and I'm like, well, there's little things I could do there and, resculpt that. But, it's just trial and error. But I relatively, yeah, I did kind of pop out of nowhere because it was really only early last year that I just put the foot down. Like, this is the year I'm going to start making masks for commissions. But I've done mask making my entire life,
Okay.
and special effects of makeup. I've been doing that forever.
So have you ever gone is it just strictly latex that you work with? Like I've always wanted to talk to somebody who like makes silicone masks and stuff too. Is like I'm wondering is that kind of probably the same process? Even if you don't use it, you might have a good idea. Like is it still kind of off the same type of mold and it's just different material, or is it like a whole fucking different world?
It's pretty different. I mean, I
Sure.
haven't really put my foot in the realm of silicone mask making yet. I've wanted to.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've said future I might consider doing that, but yeah, I mean, it's really different. I think you have to work with mainly more plastic molds and not plaster, and it's
Okay.
it's kind of a different situation that you're working with.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd consider dipping my toes in that water, but I'm pretty comfortable where I am right now, and I'm not to the point where I can try doing more experimental things. So, maybe in the future, maybe not. We, we'll
Yeah.
we'll see.
I always thought like silicone would be cool for like parts and pieces, if you're making fingers and hands and shit like that. Cause I mean, there you've really got just like I mean, if anybody who's watching has ever actually had something silicone, like in your hands, it's fucking wild, man,
Oh yeah, hell, I just got I've been wanting to collect them for so long, and I've been wanting
Yes.
to get into silicone mask collecting. I finally, broke down and bought an old man. I got a Venom Immortal mask in a trade, which is up there. But,
Excellent.
they're very surreal in person,
Yeah.
from seeing them all the time. So,
Dude, my
yeah.
it was a while into collecting until I finally owned a silicone one because I mean the price point, it's a lot higher and that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And my first one I got was a 2022 Leatherface from the Netflix release. That was silicone, and that was life changing. All of a sudden having that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. And I am not knocking latex masks by any means. I mean, 95% of what I have and that I still buy, and I mean, they're beautiful. But it's
Oh,
interesting
yeah.
to me that there's two very prevalent, method or material, masks that are nowadays. I mean, obviously nobody's making fiberglass ones, I don't think, or anything like that, right? It's
I mean, well, you have some makers and I know a few of them that use the fiberglass latex method, but they don't want to use the fiberglass anymore because fiberglass is horrible to work with.
sure.
So, but that's why so many people, me included, use substitute fiber. It's because we don't have a ventilated workspace, and we don't really have want to put on a respirator and a full suit to be working with fiberglass. So
Sure.
we use substitutes, which are kind of you can get them and they're safe to skin and they have the same kind of effect, and in some cases they might be a little stronger. So that's why you have so many people using substitute fibers.
Okay. So again, out of just ignorance, I mean, I always just
It's
thought
fine.
like the sound of a fiberglass, mask, you wouldn't ever want to fucking wear it. But obviously, they're
Oh no.
made to be worn. Or I mean, is it dicey wearing those fucking things? Or
I don't know. I have a good buddy who's been going crazy on the forums. It's GDSV,
yes,
and
dude,
he does his masks. He used fiberglass for them, and he's sending me one to fiddle around with from his mold.
cool.
He says that it can be a little bit abrasive on the other side, but
Mm,
since it's covered with since it's coated with latex, so it's more like he said it's more like kind of feeling a little bristle of hair, but
okay,
it's not going to cut you.
sure. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just interesting. I'd love to have one and just check it out, and but
Oh, absolutely. I would too.
yeah, it's just yeah, it just sounds crazy. I'm like I'm like obviously it's not dangerous, but would it be uncomfortable like wearing like like wool socks, or something like that where it's just scratchy
Yeah.
material, or like a fucking Brillo pad. But
Yeah.
we got a bunch of people in
Oh,
the chat here
jeez.
already too, man. I always like to give what up to everybody. So Blutz on is on. And again, it's cool to see with you. Our people that we both know. Like I saw you commenting on like TJ Caudill. I mean, he's one fucking awesome dude, and like
Oh,
just
yeah.
the network out here is just beautiful. I love it, man. So just
Wonderful.
Shawnee Granado's out here. Jake Linton's watching. Brett.
Wonderful. Love Jake.
Fucking right, dude. Brett's in the chat. Sean Heim. Hell yeah, dude. Ryan Frame. You sexy fucker, not me. And then what's going on tonight? Says Sean Heim. Did your left testicle drop yet? What did your gynecologist say? We've got a lovely group of people, and usually it's a fucking gang of goddamn Sean's. Sean Fuller's watching. He, of course, from Mr. Slasher Stashers. Thanks for letting me share to your group there too, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, dude. Brett says that GD dude is nuts. Absolutely. Hey, so
Absolutely, yeah.
we should probably plug this right now. Oh, and I see Eric Crimmins. That's fucking royalty right there. That's the Stash Man, the Irishman, one of the best fucking horror auctioneers in the goddamn game. Mr. Crimmins, good evening, sir. He, of course, is responsible for me getting some of my dopest grail pieces, including the mega
Wonderful.
chainsaw in the back. That's got now 23 autographs on that fucking thing. So
Great.
love him. Guy Durham's in the house, dude. Garrett Cook is in. Fucking right,
Love
man.
Garrett.
Dude, good shit. So everybody that's watching this now, we're actually finally able to start talking about it. The TCM Fan Club has finally gone live. Massive shout out to Brett.
Absolutely.
Holy fuck, dude. The amount of time and the effort and just everything that dude's been putting in is unbelievable. But everybody, you really need to check it out. TCMFanclub.com. So that is your go-to everything for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just archived information, photos. I mean, it's unbelievably extensive, beautiful. But on top of that, there is a TCM forum on there. And actually, as you see kind of right below me and Quinn here, forum.tcmfanclub.com. I highly encourage every one of you that are watching to sign up for that. Completely free. There's no membership, none of that bullshit or anything. But this is like life after Facebook, you guys. There is no more community standards, no more Facebook jail, none of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Lack of fucking, I mean, Facebook's such a goddamn, it's so ad driven that now visibility is bullshit. Nobody sees our posts anymore unless you're paying to play. It fucking sucks. You're finally seeing somebody's post that's like 7 days old. Fuck it, dude. Come join the forum.
Yeah, hopefully this is going to be filtering out, a lot of the people that just post random shit from like the people that are actually looking for deep information, who have a deep passion for the films.
Dude,
And
100%.
yeah, it's going to be great. And we have so much on there so far. And I've been doing a lot of posts. GDSV's been doing posts, knocking it out the damn park. It's amazing some of the things that he's been doing. Like, even finding the alginate that they used to mold John Dugan's face. It's breathtaking.
Unbelievably wild, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, I gotta meet that dude. And then you said, where's he from? You said he's like in Brazil or somewhere.
He's from Brazil. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Massive shout out to him too. I'm so, it makes me so happy when I see somebody like that come around that's just like can just show you and teach you so much shit. Like, what a wealth of knowledge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Brett's got it in the chat there. So everybody click into that. Fucking sign up, you guys. I swear to God, it's going to change your fucking lives. And he's got it structured really well too. So I mean, and for a lot of you fucking young people that don't understand what this is, check it out, because this is pre-social media as far as I'm concerned. We used to be on the message boards of all of our favorite bands, all this shit before. It's a killer fucking way of being in a community of stuff. You can write your own posts and all that type of stuff. It's all grouped beautifully. There's a chat in there, and it's growing. I mean, dude, Brett's just like, I don't even know if he's sleeping anymore. It's like,
seriously, my God, every day he's doing updates. And he's just everything he's putting in there, like tiers and all these things, badges, and just all this stuff, and all these forums and all these little things that are just making it so well. And it's just so much right from the floodgates from opening. And I was telling him, I think it's so great that he's adding so much stuff, so that people don't go to an empty forum, because that is an immediate turnoff. And there's so much information there. It's crazy.
Dude, it's like the end all be all for anybody that's, and it's very strictly TCM, everybody. So if you're looking for just a general horror board, this probably ain't for you, but I
keep that on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So I'm so fucking pumped about it, man. It's coming along so well. Everybody owes it to themselves just to check that out, fucking log in and see what it's all about. And we're gonna be promoting and talking about this for a long time. I know he's even got some stuff in the works with Daniel Pearl, one of the cinematographers from the original TCM. They're gonna do an interview. Beautiful, man. everything's almost coming along too well. You know what I mean? It's like me and you
I
kind of
know
know the
everything's just
background.
really, it's all the cogs are going together and all the assholes are being filtered out. It's
Yeah,
it's it's
dude.
just everything's working out really well. And I'm not going to name names, but
No, but but yeah, it's just
yeah.
like it's almost too. You're like these are those types where people go, "Is this a simulation? Is this what's going on right now?" Like this is how is this the timeline? Like you're talking like a 1 in a million chance, and then followed by like a whole nother thing that's another 1 in a million. And it's just all lining up, and you go, "Okay, don't question it, just roll with it, brother. Just fucking
Yeah,
a
we
man."
really got the dream team being assembled right now.
Yeah,
That's what I think. And I think it's really wonderful that there's such a new fascination for TCM too, and it's starting to flourish as a franchise, which is
yeah,
wonderful. And I mean fan base, not franchise, but
no, for sure.
um, yeah, it's wonderful. And there's a new, more new faces and people willing to get their hands dirty and
Yeah,
try out new things, new mask makers, and there's a wonderful, wonderful hunger for information, and I absolutely love that. And you know, rest in peace to the old TCM forums
mm-hmm.
from 20 plus years ago.
Sure,
And so much information was on there that's just gone, and hopefully we're able to salvage some of that. We've
right.
already got an amazing amount so far,
Yep,
and lots of which are completely new information, have never been seen before.
right.
And I think it's just absolutely wonderful that this is all coming together. And yeah, and for so long now, I feel like there's been so many people that just feel that they can hold on to their little piece of information that
Yeah,
they may know and just claim that to themselves. But
right,
this is a
right.
franchise. This is 50 years old now.
Yeah.
This is for the people. This is for the people. This is the people's franchise, you know.
It is, dude. It's just like that gatekeeping shit. Just it's got to stop. Like it just
Seriously.
it's nobody has the right for that. It's just like, dude, like let people really dive deep into something that they really enjoy because there's a lot of us out there that love this franchise. So fucking a, here we
Absolutely,
go.
yeah.
So Brett, you
Yeah.
got it, brother. He says he appreciates us for sure, man. Dude, fuck. The least we can do is sit here and say a few good things about you, man. That
Oh,
motherfucker works so hard,
seriously.
crazy.
Yeah, he deserves every single word of it.
So, I got to turn the praise a little bit here onto you, my friend, because you have landed yourself in a 1 in a million position where you now have something to do with the original Killing Mask from the '74 movie. What the
Yes.
fuck did you do?
Man, it's great. I mean, ever since um ever since I did the first replica of the a current age killing mask,
Yeah,
I had been talking to David Munoz, the owner. I've been talking to him on and off. And yeah, it's just he's a wonderful contact. He's a really, really great friend, and I'm so thankful to have him as a
cool.
friend. And but we were talking. I mean, I was just asking him questions because of his big collection, and just out of nowhere, I I was just saying I would absolutely love to see the collection in person. And my brother goes to college about an hour away from me.
Okay,
I visit him every other week. Every weekend practically. I'm over there and be there for a day or so.
sure.
But I asked him. I said, out of curiosity, how far are you from this location? He's like, oh, I live there.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he lives 18 minutes from my brother. So I
Whoa.
mean, everything just worked out, and now we talk daily. And he's just an awesome guy, great, super polite,
Okay.
just absolutely wonderful. And I do not mind at all repaying the favor by giving him a mask or giving him something
Sure.
that I would otherwise charge for somebody, or
Oh, of course.
because he's just done me so many wonderful favors. And being able to take the measurements of the killing mask, all those amazing photos, which
Yeah.
some of which have not gone public out of his respect,
Okay.
but I took over 280 photos of it. Most of those are out, but there's some that there's very kind of subliminal reasons why I can't release them.
Okay.
But and I am against gatekeeping, but I will respect his wishes.
100%.
Um,
100%.
but yeah, I mean, there's nothing. You're really not missing anything.
Yeah.
It's like a certain stitch or a little, something that might not be known, something there that, it's nothing that's a complete game changer, but, just a little bit of detail that
Sure.
he says, I'd rather people not know about this. That way, not everyone's putting it in their replicas, you know.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
So was he instrumental in you designing your version, or did you
No,
come up with that
actually,
with just pictures?
well, I went to Texas Frightmare Weekend last year, and that's where it was on display for the
Okay.
first time in God, 20
Oh,
years.
okay. Yep.
Um, and I took as many photos as I could. Obviously, it was in this massive glass case, and
Yeah.
it's this mask about this big right there. So I took as many as I could, and there was glare on the glass and everything. And I
Sure.
didn't get a crazy good look because I was doing a million other things that day. So, um, but I immediately went home and started sculpting and building that and doing that. And it was a very primitive sculpt, and it was the first Leatherface sculpt I did. Before that, I was
Really?
pretty much strictly in the Myers community,
Oh, okay.
doing rehauls and uh, making gloves and things, doing that in the Myers community. But I had been doing things with TCM in my spare time for years.
Okay.
So, but I've always, always, always adored TCM just as much, if not more, as Myers. Of course, now that's my main domain.
Yep.
But uh, yeah, but and I sent David the photo of the master copy for the tattered Texan, which I gifted him, by the way, when I visited him. I gave him a V3, and I
Nice.
gifted him the tattered Texan, which is, by the way, almost the exact same dimensions as the actual mask, which is awesome.
Wow.
um, but he said he saw that, and he at first look he couldn't tell them apart. He was telling me, he's like, I was wondering how you got that photo of my mask, but seeing it in person, you can obviously tell the things that are off, like the dimensions are a little strange. It's more round on the tattered Texan,
Sure.
and the actual one, it's more of like a very blunt angle, and it's very deformed.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that wire is really the only thing keeping the mask in its current shape. That and the head that it's been, attached to.
Right.
But yeah, and but yeah, and yeah, but he didn't give me any pointers for any construction on the mask or any very specific photos. But pretty much everything that I used for reference was any photo that I took, which was the very limited amount that it was.
Right.
Obviously, now I have over 280 photos. So
Yeah.
when I eventually, well, inevitably do the V2 text, the tatter text, and it's going to
Okay.
be the exact same dimensions, and it's going to have all the little 3D elements that I didn't get last time. So,
Oh man.
you know,
And that was going to be a question then too. Is like if everybody was watching that's interested, are they able to commission one from you? So that's a fucking yes here sometime in the future.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I still have the other mold, which is not bad at all. Just I'm going to be doing better. If they wanted to commission that with the new fiber and the new coloring method, then absolutely, I'd be down for that.
Fucking right. Okay,
The
so
new
let's
coloring
go
method,
back now though. So but now with all that history and everything, now
yes,
you've done something amazing that
yes,
for him. So let's go into that.
yes. When I was visiting David and taking all the photos, he mentioned to me, he said, with your skills, there's something I've been wanting to do for ever since I got the mask. I've always wondered, and I've always wanted to commission someone to recreate the ears of the mask that Gunnar ripped off and threw after filming the final scene in the Killing Mask. But
Yep.
he said, I want to commission someone to make the ears the way that they would have looked if they never left it.
Yeah.
And he said he had the idea of them being on little metal pegs, and I happen to have the exact ones. But I said, "Oh, no problem." I went home and I did them for free. So yeah, I did them for free, and I just said no problem. I shipped them to him, and but yeah, I put them on little styrofoam posts with weighted bottoms, which were the same coloring as the styrofoam head under, with the little
Oh, cool.
bleached
Yes.
or adhesive or whatever was on there, with these little metal stands, and the ears are the exact dimensions. And they, oh my God, I mean, the photos, you can look at them. They're
Yeah.
posted on my Facebook and Instagram, but they're perfect dimensions.
They
They're
are,
perfect
man.
dimensions. And I mean, the photo's a little strange because the pegs are going like this, because David was holding it like this with with his hands.
Yeah.
But obviously he's going to get different pegs to position them, but he's going to have them hovering. I
Yeah.
think a little bit above or right next to where they would
God.
be a little angled back the same. But even looking at the coloring, it is exactly the same.
It
So
is. It's
yeah, I'm
scary.
very
Fucking.
fortunate.
So how does that make you feel? I mean, just as like, I mean, what a
Man,
contribution to. I mean, that nobody else gets to do that.
it's an honor. First
Fuck.
off, it's dream come true. I'm still in a little bit of disbelief that it worked out.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just I'm absolutely happy to do it, and I don't care about doing that to get my name out there. I think that's so wonderful to be able to know the dude that owns the Killing Mask, be
Yeah.
friends with him, even have a contribution to such an amazing and pivotal part in horror movie and film history,
Yes, sir.
and having that sit in the display case. Uh, yeah, just indefinitely. You
So
know,
you may hate this question because I don't know if it's a spoiler alert or not, but version 2, is it going to have the ears or an ear add-on option when people do commission with
Jeez,
you?
I didn't think that. I didn't think of that. If someone was wanting to commission them with ears, I mean, absolutely, I can do that.
Okay.
If they wanted the ears on the stands, I could see doing that. I mean, it's not. I haven't done too much crazy thinking. I've had a million other projects that I've been having to do.
Yeah.
One that I'm going to be getting on yours pretty soon too.
Fucking
Sorry for the
right.
delay, but and I've been working on even Grandma back there. But I'm not putting a crazy amount of thought into new sculpts because that's going to be a while till I,
Yeah.
obviously get to that.
Well, right.
Yeah, but if they wanted to commission that, by all means, I'm completely fine to it. It's not like you know, I don't have strict rules. No, you can't do that. The only rule that some people have pressed me a little bit on is I don't sell blanks, but I
Sure.
have a very good reason for that. It's because I number each one of my copies and sign a certificate for each one.
Yeah.
And that is the copy, that is this one circulated, that it's that one.
Yeah.
So if there's blanks, then there's no point numbering them.
Yep.
And if there's no point numbering them, then what about the ones I've already numbered?
No,
It's
fair
just,
enough.
yeah. And it's about that. And some people, I've had some dude get really upset about not selling blanks. He's like, "You're just doing this for money." I'm like, it has nothing to do
What the
with money.
fuck?
The money is just a plus. I think it's wonderful that people are willing to pay for my skills, but
Yeah.
I have kind of a tight schedule in my own life,
Sure,
so
of
being
course.
able to get these masks out and in the short amount of time that thank God I'm able to finish them in, uh, I think that I think I mean charge a very that's I say pretty reasonable price.
I
I know that
absolutely.
there are people out there that charge much more than me, so
Yeah.
but hey, you're getting what you're paying for, and I'm never the kind of person to here's why you should order from me. Here's why I'm not sleazy salesman.
Yeah.
Many people, they've asked me, is there any other mask makers that you'd recommend? And sure, there's many other mask makers that I'd recommend. Some are kind of on my shit list, but yeah, I'd still recommend their art. I
Right,
might
right.
not like them as people, but they're still great artists.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's lots of very, very talented people. I see just, I'm my own worst critic, so I'm always going to see problems with my own work. But I am just thankful every single day that people see me as an equal to these amazing, amazing artists, and it's just such a blessing.
Dude,
Yeah.
the coolest thing, especially when we're talking TCM and custom mask makers, artists like yourself, you all aren't really in direct competition because there's so many versions of Leatherface, in mask to come out with. So it's not like we're all just you're all making one, thing, and you're all fighting for those customer commissions. It's like, I mean, dude,
Yeah.
that fucking Necotero mask that I just got from Logan. I mean, Holy shit. And so it's like, and it makes me feel good, as like somebody who kind of does this and promotes, people and kind of points people in the right direction. I don't feel like, I'm burning bridges where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got you on, Logan's going to be mad, or, or I got, somebody coming on next
Oh
week that
yeah,
makes different mess. It's not like that. And I fucking love that, dude. It's
yeah.
great.
And to sum it up in very simple and effective words, it's not the Myers community.
you know,
Oh, jeez.
it's funny because like before I got really big into TCM, I as well was a Myers guy. And
Oh, absolutely.
And it
It's
just
easy.
after a while, like especially with like fucking, all these figures, I started looking at them like they all look the goddamn same. I'm like, how many times do I need this guy in a fucking jumpsuit and the mask like never changes, until you get to
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
obviously it changes. I understand that. I'm generalizing it, but it just
Yeah.
it's boring, dude. I mean, it's a
The
great movie,
problem with the Myers community,
Yeah.
it's so saturated. There are thousands of people and you'll find 2,000 people on eBay
Yeah.
that take acrylic paint, throw it on a Tots mask, and try to sell it for $500.
Oh God.
It's such a saturated enterprise,
Yeah.
and there's some people that they because they have the reputation, their prices are through the goddamn roof.
Sure.
And oh my god, and the wait list for some of these people, there's people with wait lists for 3 years, and
Whoa.
that's ridiculous. And I think it's awful. And I'm fine with I'm always looking for great pieces, and of course I have a deep love and admiration for Myers. I mean, hell, one of the pieces that I got, which I'm very thankful for every single day that I look at it, those are production used 2018 coveralls.
Oh wow. That's
May or may
fucking
not be screen used, but they were
whoa.
used on set.
Hell yeah.
I do have a screen used sheriff's jacket from Kills too,
Do you?
right next to
Oh,
it.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's on a dress form, so I'm not going to bring it over to the camera. You're just going to have to use your
Oh, hey,
imagination.
totally get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jake
man.
Linton says you're killing it, Quinn, and Rick says that you got that right. I came from the Myers community, the fake JC waitlist. LOL.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Is that where you met Brett? Did you guys? Is that where you guys first kind of met? Was over in the Myers land, or how did that work?
When I first met me meeting
Brett,
Brett,
sorry. Like how did you two like find each other?
oh geez, he found me through my masks,
Okay.
my Leatherface mask.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Um,
that's
yeah.
more of a recent whatever. You weren't like with him when he because before this TCM Fan Club forum, my understanding he had like a Myers one too that was rather successful. So which
So
anyway.
I've heard, yeah.
So I never checked it out.
Yeah.
Already achieved legend status as Garrett Cook. You're fucking right, buddy. I
Appreciate it.
dude, I mean, just hearing like the ideas that you got going on, and I'm not going to sit and talk about all of them, but things that I've heard because I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but I'm very
Oh, it's
excited
fine.
about some of the things that you've been talking about that you're thinking about doing with because again with this franchise it's like it's so easy for just to hit the couple main big star-studded ones, right? Killing Mask, Pretty Woman, this, but like to
Yeah.
me because of like my collection and how extensive it is, it's like I like the shit that's off the beaten path, man. I mean, it's you give me something weird from the other franchise that are less favorable, or what I love even more is some of that obscure shit from the original movie, and like
Yes.
so
And that's some of the things I'm planning on, getting to in some of my spare time. One of the
yeah,
things I really want to do is I want to do the Dr. Barnes test mask. The one that it's just flat
yeah,
and it's on display in that
yes,
university. I'd
yep,
love to do a copy of that.
that'd be cool.
Um, how you can kind of briefly see up there that I did the face lamp,
Yep,
which that's the working prototype. The actual one is going to be on a it's going to be a table lamp, but I'm going to be doing a limited release of those. It's only going to be about six, maybe. Uh, I did the arm lamp not that long ago, and I'm doing commissions for that.
yep,
There's lots of things that's just little details that I just absolutely adore about the film that are not necessarily just the masks and not necessarily just some of the props. Like I have a very good returning customer of mine that's very loyal and a good friend of mine. He wants to commission me to make the ribcage lamp that's in
Oh,
the dining
fucking
room.
sweet.
So, and absolutely, if you're willing to pay for that, then yeah, I can do that. It's
Fucking
no
right.
problem. Yeah, yeah. He says another thing I'd like you to do is the armchair, the chair with the two stitched up arms right
Yeah.
there. I'm like, hell yeah, I could do that.
Right.
So, yeah, there's lots of opportunities for things. Um, yeah, if I have free time, I'm able to do them. I mean, hell, that's how I got Grandma
Yeah.
nearly completed.
And that I want to talk about next too, because I mean, it's just that's the love of my
Sure.
life back there, and I mean, I can't believe how amazing that's been, and I love how transparent you've been in the whole creation process with just showing everybody, from start to finish what it takes. I mean, it's so fucking cool, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, again, transparency. I try. I mean, I'm gonna be professional in meaning being like always polite. I try to always be polite. Um, always be polite to anybody that reaches out or anything. I don't try to be harsh or cruel or mean. But I don't try to put on a professional persona. I try to be as transparent as I can.
Sure.
It's just me doing my thing. So I'll even as simple as showing the working process for building grandma up
Yeah.
or anything like that. But and reaching out, I don't want it to sound like I'm an automated message from a people, you know. And most of my customers, the majority of them actually, we still talk. I'm friends with a lot of my customers.
Sure.
I don't again because I'm not doing it for the cash. It's not like pay me, I'll get you your shit and you can go.
Right.
I talk to them, and a thing I like to offer because it's no problem and it's costs me nothing. If anybody who work for me, even if you bought it secondhand,
Hmm.
if it's from me, you have the certificate, or I'm not going to limit it to that. But if it's from me, it needs repairs or repaint or fixes or fixing. I'll do it for free. Just send it back and pay for shipping, and I'll repair it.
Wow.
And that goes forever. And it's just no problem for me. That's like, why charge for something that's half a day's work? You
Sure.
know, just to keep something fresh and not rotting and maintained, or oh, maybe it has a stitch that needs to be replaced,
Yeah.
or this latex got ripped, I got to throw on another ear or do a repair on the nose. It's no big deal. I'm absolutely fine with doing that. I like keeping people happy.
Sure. Well, and it's one of your babies, right? I could just imagine that where you're just like you want it to be, its best version possible, and it's got a little boo boo.
Absolutely.
Bring it on home for a minute. Let daddy patch it up.
Yes.
So with grandma there, I mean, I'd like to assume that's probably the biggest thing you've ever done, right? I mean, as far as
Yes. Thus far, that's the biggest I've
thus far,
done.
I love that. He's actually constructing a replica house right now too, everybody. So he's
Yeah, yeah, I'm down right now. I'm getting all the nails in order, and I'm gonna work on plywood.
importing the gravel from Quicker, from Hill Road.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez.
Well, yeah, dude, the grandma part, that was always one of my like tugged at my heartstrings for something for collecting, because again, that was another one that never really got the love that,
Oh
grandpa,
yeah.
he's had, we've seen, full production masks of him. We've seen, stuff, but I was just like I was
Yeah.
always so in awe from that movie of seeing her. And I was like, holy
It's
fuck.
so because it's such a jarring image. It's not
Yes.
over the top, and it's just real. It's
Yep.
real, and it feels real, and it's disturbing with the just shriveled skin and the
Yeah.
missing teeth and just the sunken eyes and every little detail about that. It's just real.
Right. But she looks so comfortable in that chair, though. In that movie, I was like, oh, she's loved, and I don't know, dude. It's so cool. So just once you saw that, that was just like I was immediately just a fucking magnet to you. I'm just like, dude, what's this dude all about? Like, holy shit, man. And again, just everything falling into place. Also now, like with the forum and everything. I mean, it's just like I'm really happy to know you, man, and I'm really excited to kind of get in on everything here, it's really ground level at like what's going on right now. Because I just think there's nothing but amazing things coming on the horizon. You know, and that's
Thank you
great.
very much.
Fucking hey, dude. So, um, definitely, I gotta get my claims in on some of these ones you got coming up soon, dude. That fucking the V2 you're gonna be doing of the current. What are you calling that right now? The
Tattered Texan. That's
tattered
what it's
Texan.
called. It's called a
Beautiful,
tattered Texan.
dude. That
Yeah.
the lamp that we're talking. I mean, I just
Yes,
I gotta
sir.
gotta get my ass in line for a lot of that stuff because
Yeah.
fuck, just beautiful.
Jeez. I'm looking forward to doing Brett's commission too, doing that nubbins. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's
So
fucking cool. That is killer.
yeah.
Sean Hyams he's asking, how did you get started with making masks?
Oh shit. I don't know.
Let's go way back here.
Oh well. Way back. Way back. Jeez, I don't know. I loved watching Tom Savini on David Letterman. That was just super nostalgic for me.
Sure.
Um, yeah, growing up like that, always interested in behind the scenes. And when I entered seeing the first bit of horror, it was John Carpenter's The Thing, which is a perfect movie. And being experienced to that, I was, sat down. It's like, look at these practical effects and just look at this. And I was just so I'm like, oh, that was made by hand. That's incredible. And it's just, that was wonderful. And it was just, that made me want to go try doing things myself. So I would, do things practically. And I did uh, latex prosthetics for a very long time. And just working that myself,
Yeah.
liquid latex and doing little things. And yeah, just doing things like that, and it gradually moved on to other things like mask making, and I did mask painting for a while, and then ended up moving from mask painting to mask making.
Have
Yeah,
you
so
always
that's how I got into it.
have you always been, kind of like on the artsy side? Like I'm just gonna try something, it's kind of as a
Oh
kid where you're
yeah,
always just making shit from, I mean, is that just kind of built
yes,
into you there?
oh yeah. My God, for the longest time, when I was when I was pre 10 years old, um, around there, I used to make ventriloquist dummies.
Cool. Awesome.
That's what I used to do. Yeah, I'd grab a milk jug and make that a body.
That's awesome, dude.
That's what I used to do. So
Uh,
I've always been doing things by hand.
yeah. Dude, my daughter, my oldest, Zelda, she's 10 right now, and she's been she's gotten into the horror stuff. She always wanted to hang with dad, seeing all my TCM shit, and I I was treading, kind of what I'd allow her to kind of collect or watch or whatever, but I settled on Trick or Treat Sam is what she's got a collection of, I figure, that's decent, doesn't make my wife pissed off that she's seeing fucking guts and crazy shit. But now what I've been seeing her that she's doing, because she's very arts and crafts, she's always just, doing the girl stuff, right? She's making bracelets, making all this shit. But her and her friends are really into these blank like animal masks, like little paper mache, like like foxes and
Yeah,
stuff. But they're just blank canvases, and they're always getting together and they're painting and they're redoing all this, and they're making some cool fucking masks and stuff. And now I'm showing her kind of modifications on how to just what it takes, like behind the scenes stuff, like it's like building a house, like like also you don't realize kind of the simplicity of things that's just hidden right behind a little piece of trim, just to all of a sudden hide,
absolutely.
and I think it's so cool. So just kind of showing her, here's how we add ears, and here's this, and now she's taking it and running with it, and it's fucking
It
cool,
was
man.
wonderful.
So just to hear kind of things like that, like you fiddle fucking with stuff when you were young like that. I'm like, as a dad, I'm just really excited to see what happens with her, and maybe she has nothing to do with this, but just creativity and shit, man. You can't help but
Absolutely.
nourish it and just hope it flourishes with these people. Sean Heim says
Yeah.
we can't go that far back. Quinn is pretty young. What are you, 27?
I am 16 years old.
Sean, you hear that? Hands off. Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Well, fucking congratulations on just such a high level of output that you're doing at such a young spot in your career, man. I think it's amazing.
I'm lucky. What can I say?
Well, I don't think it's luck. I
And
think
yeah,
it's gifted. I think it's an eye for it. I think it's a true talent. I don't think that you just fucking won the lottery. I mean, this is it's time and time again.
I think I'm incredibly lucky for my upbringing. Being exposed to what I was exposed to at a young age, and just having that pave the way for my future,
Dude.
and just being able to build up my skill over time. And as I said on Brett's podcast, a lot of people don't want to believe that shit,
Sure.
and they like to believe more harsh, delusional theories. So yeah, they don't want to believe that somebody has skill naturally.
Here in the fucking flesh, you fucking naysayers. Roger Villalobos is in the house saying, "Yo, what up?" And Jake
Hello,
Linton
hello.
says Jake says that Hoopers needs to get a mask from Quinn to display. I agree.
Okay, this summer, Jay Catlin, good buddy of mine, Crystal Lake Creations, he's donating his collection of TCM stuff to Hoopers because
Really?
he's going off to college.
Okay.
So he's given them their 245A, his hitchhiker, straight razor is just
Cool.
Paul. Oh my God, his Polaroid land
the
camera,
camera and
everything
shit.
that he has.
Yep.
What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making them. They already have a mask gallery, Pretty Woman, in the entry.
Sure.
I'd like to make them a killing mask to go with it, and the grandma when I inevitably get to that. Which I had a sculpt for it, just I'm not happy with it. I need
Okay.
to do another one. But yeah, I want to at least finish their collection and free of charge. But I'll be bringing grandma up there too for photos. But
Oh, cool.
something that I would absolutely love to do is I would love to, once it's finished, I'd love to sell grandma to Hoopers to put upstairs.
Oh,
I would
God, would that be
absolutely
cool.
love for Hoopers to have it. Yeah.
Right
be
behind
wonderful.
the roped off area. Oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah.
So when is that a certain event? When is that going on? Or is that just
That's just summer. That's
Okay.
just sometime during summer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when we both have free time. So
Sure. And then so what was that one that you just went to recently where you've got that picture on the steps with John and Ed, right?
yes. And I got Jake in that picture too, Jake Linton. That was the 50th anniversary.
Oh, God,
Once
that
in
was
a
cool.
lifetime, man.
Dude,
It's wonderful.
it is a once in a lifetime. See, and that's where my jealous fat ass up here in Minnesota, we don't get dick. I gotta make it down there, man. I gotta make the trip to Mecca.
It's worth it.
It's
worth it.
And it's just, I mean, it all is what it is, but it's like, just talk about the timing wise, like, it would have been so much greater to see the gas station before they got fucked over,
Oh,
before,
absolutely.
some of these other, the greats that have passed and whatever. But luckily, there's so much good shit that can live on now, especially here's another plug for the TCM Fan Club. Brett with his boxes of fucking those videotapes and stuff from all the conventions and the signing. I mean, shit that's never been seen before. I mean, that's all going to get trickled into the website, guys. So make sure you're checking all this stuff out. It's a beautiful thing that's starting right now. Oh my God. So, yeah, Brett says the dude has all the good shit in Texas. Yeah, but I got a bunch of homies that are down there, man. You guys always got something kicking off, so that's killer. So, and then so you live in Texas? I never even asked you that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in where I live right now.
Can you give your
I almost
address?
gave away.
I
Well, I
was
mean,
just
it's
Stop.
I'll give you my zip code, my address, and my postal information.
There it is. Still
But
insane
yeah,
for
no,
me to
I
think.
live in I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's I live off the highway in between two towns.
Cool.
So
They're good
pretty
enough,
much
man.
the middle of nowhere.
You don't need psychos like Sean Heim coming and cooking you eggs in the morning, and all of a sudden. Good morning, Sleepy. Jake says he says it's still insane for me to think that we were able to get those shots. Yeah, again, and so back on that, I mean, and they're like, are they all black and white? I mean, they're beautiful. They're like perfectly taken on the steps. John Dugan's hanging out, Ed Neal the hitchhiker, and all of a sudden you guys are just like, it wasn't even a photo op, type of thing. You were just like, hey, can we get a picture of you guys? And they're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And It's
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, so we if on Instagram I posted, we did a ton of pictures, not just the ones on the steps. We recreated all our favorite behind the scenes photos. We did
Cool.
the one with Terry in the doorway where she's going like this with Gunner behind her. We did that photo. We did the one with Bill Vale where he's sitting on the back porch, doing this with his hands,
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette
Oh, cool.
next to Gunner, where he's looking like this. So we did that. Um, I'm trying to think. I think that's the. Oh, and of course, we did the dining room scene, which was very hard to get, put together, and it was very late. It was like,
Yeah.
my God, 10 p.m. So, but we were able to get everybody for that quick photo, and yeah, it was great. And another photo we got. I was able the next morning. I was helping Alan Danziger pack up all his shit in his van, and I said, "Oh, we've been taking recreation photos. Do you mind if I take the picture? This one of the stills of looking at you over the seat in the back of the van."
Yeah.
So he said, "Sure." So he threw me in the van and drove me down the road. Well, I'm in the back of the van, Alan Danziger, and that's looking over the shoulder, and he's doing that. And I had two masks in a duffel bag, which got sent to Travis Stratchman, a good customer of mine.
Yeah.
Um, I forgot them in the van, and he drove away with them.
Oh
So I
my
had to go
God.
up to Ed Neal, and said, "Hey, could you call Alan for me?"
Oh,
So he
Jesus.
tried calling him, didn't pick him up. He said, "He's not going to answer my phone. Go to my wife. He'll pick up her." So sure enough, Teresa calls him and he picks up and turns around. So I was able to get the duffel bag back. But
Oh,
when I was getting that photo and helping him take care of his stuff, uh, he was fiddling around with some things and we were packing up his things, and he realized that he needed to change his registration right then and there. So Uh, so he took the old registration on. He's putting on that. He's like, "Oh, can you throw this away for me?" So he hands me the registration for the chainsaw van,
whoa.
and the license plate is Texas Chainsaw. So on the registration it says Texas Chainsaw. So I have the registration sticker.
Dude.
I'm not throwing this shit away. So I
No.
took it home and laminated it.
Holy fuck. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. One thing I'm thinking about too, as I'm watching this website develop and everything too, the fan club. I mean, isn't it unbelievable how documented something that was 50 years old is? I mean, just the level of detail and resource that us as fans have. I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And another thing too with your buddy from Brazil that's putting up there. I mean, like some of just the details on like the weapons and and the pipe wrench, and just all that stuff. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
holy fuck! Now here's my rabbit hole for finding that old shit. It's just
Oh, he's even got more rabbit holes than that. I don't remember if I don't know if you saw that yet, but he found the generator that they had. He
yes,
found, my God, he found what they edited the film on. They found, the editing table that they edited the film on. The exact wrench, the every little detail of anything seen,
yes,
he found.
yep.
I don't know how the hell he did that. It's incredible.
God bless autism. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's our fucking brothers there, dude. Like, holy shit,
Jeez.
superheroes, dude.
My God, yeah, he's just super hyper fixated on that, and he has a absolute strive for details.
Yeah,
And I respect the hell out of him. And
hundred
he got
percent.
a really bad rap in the past, and he's a great dude.
Wow. Yeah, Brett
Yeah.
says that he's a mod for the forum now, and he also says that you're going to be the next Burns, by the way. Which I'm fucking man. I'm not going to argue against that. We're not giving you
I
the title
appreciate the
yet, but
compliment. I'm not accepting it though because nobody's able to touch Burns. That man was lightning in a bottle. Wonderful,
absolutely.
wonderful man.
Dude, that's
God rest his soul.
I was just telling Brett yesterday too. I'm like, absolute full respect and love for everything that that Toby Hooper did, that Gunner did, that whatever. But personally, Burns is just the fucking ultimate to me.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it's just Toby had the vision, but this dude, I mean, oh my God, what he did is just like, it's just
Yeah.
awe-inspiring, dude.
Daniel Pearl was driving the car with the cinematography,
Yeah,
but my God, Bob Burns was the gasoline.
dude.
It was just everything that kept that film
Yeah,
what it was. It was just so stylized, and and Daniel just filmed it so beautifully and captured everything that you saw with such amazing vision.
oh
You know,
sure.
and yeah, he had such a wonderful eye at the time. And Jake Garrett and I at the 50th anniversary, we were sitting at a table with Daniel just in the restaurant, and he's just he's talking with this line. And my father really loves that he says. He said, "Here's the thing about being a cinematographer: the best that the script will ever be is when you first read it."
Mm.
And that resonates with me. And it really shows, because they're just so young. Everybody, it was just
Yeah,
the film was hanging on by a thread. It's just a miracle that it was even able to get finished and distributed. But they just had such a passion for what they're doing, and it was just they were able to try things, and they weren't taking things crazy seriously. But
hmm
I feel by doing so, I it's there are very little films that feel as real and genuine as that movie.
yes,
Um, Even the subtle dialogue, nothing feels corny. There's no cliches. Everything just feels real and genuine. The conversation that everybody, just having, it's just real and it's simple. And people aren't going to be getting into these long, stretched out conversations. And I'm not going to say that it's a simplistic, low-minded film. It's not. It's super subliminal. It's
hmm
artistic, and it's so amazing because it's not explained. And I
yes,
absolutely
yep,
love that. There's no deeper meaning. I can't understand why the hell all these sequels they want to explain everything. It's just
yep,
what makes that film so terrifying is it really puts you in the shoes of the people.
right. And
You
they
know,
and they
you don't
don't
see the
know.
characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't see what the cook is doing when nobody's around. No, it's entirely their point of view, what they experienced. You feel it. It feels so real. It's just such a nightmarish scenario that you're just
yes,
thrown into.
yep,
It's absolute. It's a piece of cinema, and it's just it's untouchable, and it's no one can ever recreate it. So I think that these sequels, if somebody's going to try to make a sequel or a reboot, they should definitely try doing, be explorative, but
yeah,
don't try to recreate the film.
yep,
Try new things, do different scenes. Don't
exactly.
explain anything. Um, Give us a new nightmare.
I couldn't agree
Simple as
more,
that.
man. And that's it. It's just like and I've said this a million times, but I get so mad at like the elitist TCM collectors when also a new or just the fans when a new movie comes out. It's nothing like the original. It's like it's never gonna be, and we shouldn't
No.
ever try. You know what I mean? Like just
Yes.
stop. I say regardless, just appreciate the fact that there's a new entry to the franchise and just take it for
Yeah.
face value of what it is. Don't compare it as this is the continuation of a fucking masterpiece from 50 years ago. It's not that.
It's
It
never gonna
never will
happen
be. But
because that film is its own standing thing. You can't connect to it.
yep.
You can only really reboot it.
Yeah.
Um, and even then, why? I mean, it's sure. I mean, if you want to tell a new tale, and I think that the reboot does that exceptionally well because it tells you a completely new tale.
Yeah.
It's nothing. You don't have the same movie crammed down your throat again.
Right.
And that film is extremely effective at what it tried to do. It feels humid watching it. It feels just uncomfortable as hell.
Sure.
Dirt underneath your fingernails. It's just that film is just so overwhelming, and that's wonderful. It wasn't trying to be, um, a early 2000s horror film.
Mm-hmm.
It was trying to be. It's almost like a low key snuff film. It's almost vile. It's just rough, and it could have been a lot worse if they used some of the cut, other takes
Right.
that they could have done. My God.
Do you think there's any validity to this new one that I'm kind of hearing people buzzing about? It's so hard with like these fucking AI goddamn, theater, trailers and all this shit, but it sounds like potentially there's something in the works for next year. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Um, no, I don't think there's any potential.
Yeah, I mean,
To be honest, I've heard the synopsis and it sounds nauseating. I thought that Texas Chainsaw 2022 had potential. And seeing that first shot of him in the alleyway like this, I'm
yeah,
like, oh shit, that could be interesting. And that
sure.
movie was shit. But hey, The Mask isn't horrible. I think it's actually kind of interesting, and it has some very interesting shots. Um, a few of which are just, I feel really are kind of on par with the original, but that's like two specific shots. One of which is, of course, the strung up skinned body in the sunflower field at night.
Yeah.
That's a very terrifying shot. It resonated with me a lot. Um, yeah, but other than that, I thought it was boneless. There's nothing there. And it was there's nothing. There's boiled potatoes. There's nothing there. And
Brutal.
Chainsaw Legacy that's coming out. Jesus Christ, it just sounds. What if the family's house around the area got urbanized? Because that's what they're trying to do. That's the synopsis. It's basically the family's house is next to an urbanized area where suburbs are, and there's this creepy dilapidated house there off the off the path, and some people are intrigued, and there's a string of murders that happens. That sounds pathetic. There's just nothing interesting. Hopefully, he's got a kick-ass mask. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
But I will tell you something I'm looking forward way more than Texas Chainsaw Legacy is Monster Season 3 with Ed Gein. That's what I'm looking forward to because that's got tremendous potential
Yeah.
and it's probably got a lot of great shit that I can recreate. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward
Is
to.
is
So,
that the one with Charlie? As
yes.
Ed? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be
Yes.
fucking cool, man.
I saw the casting. I'm like, I don't know. And then I saw the behind the scenes photo. I'm like, yeah, I could probably pull it off. Um, yeah, but they better keep it super accurate because there is enough information about Gein out there to make a pretty accurate film.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, and really the only other thing we have is Deranged, which is a comical watch. No, no, get me wrong. There's definitely some scenes that are just can definitely just make you get creeped out. I don't know if you've ever seen Deranged,
I have
the
not.
original
No.
one.
No.
Yes, that's that coincidentally also came out 74.
Hmm.
It came out December. Um, of course, Texas Chainsaw was October 11th. It came out December. That was written after Texas Chainsaw Massacre was, but they had nothing to do with each other. They didn't even the films were not known. They didn't know that they were being made at the same
Oh
time.
wow.
But it has a lot of parallels to Texas Chainsaw. I mean, beside it obviously being Ed Gein and that being the base material for TCM.
Sure.
But
So was that basically just overshadowed, but with the timing wise, TCM just fucking was there and
well, it was a grindhouse movie too. It's shit. It's a terrible movie. They could only afford one song that plays probably 20 times in the film.
Nice, nice.
It's there's a scene where he goes to a psychic for some reason, and it looks like a 70s porno. It's just it's ridiculous. It stars the old man from Home Alone. He plays Ed Gein,
Sick.
or as he's oh god, he was renamed Ezra Cobb
Okay.
for some reason. And it was Tom Savini's first film. Uh,
Fuck.
with I think he might have directed it. I'm not sure, but he did the special effects for it, and it's effective. Um, a little goofy, but there's a pretty excellent face peeling scene. Um, and oh god, there's just this scene where he saws open a head and takes a spoon and scoops the brains out, and they're obviously trying to gross out the viewers as much
Yeah.
as they can and give them a scene that's gonna stick with them, and they do pretty well. But other than that, there's it's not much there. It's pretty weak film, but certainly memorable. And yeah, it's fine for what it tries to do. But to I really want to see an accurate portrayal of the Ed Gein story, and I hope that Monster Season 3 is able to do that. And knowing what Netflix is able to do
Mm.
with these series, they're able to get really graphic. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's oh yeah, I'm looking for a ton of gore. When you're talking about Ed Gein,
Yeah.
you need to have full Ed Gein, and the info's there.
Yeah.
You need to see the skin suit. You need to see the nipple belt. You need to see the face mask. You need to see the beheading. You need to see the corpse strung up by her ankles, sawed open with the head off. It's graphic imagery, but it shows everything that messed up dude did.
Well, for sure. Yeah, there's just
Yeah,
no
and it's
no
so crucial to the story.
well, yeah, because like you're saying, I mean, if it wasn't on a platform like that, just the fact that just having to restrict, some of
Oh
that,
yeah,
just telling, that's not doing it justice, and everybody knows.
yeah.
I mean, it's so
And every single he didn't do a lot of killing. I think he only killed 3 people, but he did everything else. He grave robbed. Uh,
mm,
but you need to include the grave robbing, and it's very important and crucial to the story and showing his delusions and madness and everything that just seemed right to him. So, but yeah, it was yeah. Um, but hopefully they're able to do that. Um, yeah, I think that and they're pretty successful with what they've done so far. I think that the Dahmer season was. Well, I think that was a very, very well made season.
yeah,
I liked Evan Peters' portrayal,
yeah, he was
um,
great.
especially the father. My God, I forgot the actor's name, but wow, he did an amazing portrayal as Dahmer's father, and yeah, just everything in the show. They did that very, very well. Very, very interesting, and it was a proper way to kind of document it, and
Sure.
it went into his life. It wasn't just the murders, and
Yeah. Yep.
I like that it's able to be a series because you can have hour-long episodes and not be constricted to a 2 hour 40 minute running time.
Yep. 100%. Now, I haven't watched that since it was like premiered, so it's been a little bit ago, but my memory's always shit. But it wasn't the dad, is he's the dad from Stepdads too?
Yeah,
Because I remember watching it, I looked at my wife, I go, why does he always have the worst fucking kids every fucking thing that he does? It's like he's a great fucking actor though. I like him, man. He's
I think
good.
it's crazy that they casted him in that role, just because him being in Step Brothers, but
Mhm.
he did so well.
Yeah,
And he just that man can act.
dude,
Oh, man, yeah, I'd,
100%.
I'd love to see more of it. I think he did exceptionally well, and yeah, he did a very good job.
I see Guy Durham's in the chat too, just touching back because he's relentless. He says, I need one of those damn grandmas. I will be messaging. I've been sick, just have a lot going on. So, Again, anybody that's watching this and you want to get in on this, I'll make sure when I put it up on the YouTube that I'll point you in the right direction how to get a hold of Quinn. But for the most part, Instagram, Facebook, best ways to finding you, getting in touch with you, and all that.
Preferably Instagram.
Got it. I'm
Messages
always
a little
terrible.
strange.
I always do a piss poor job on fucking talking about how we can get a hold of each other. I always talk up everything that everybody does, and they go, "Okay, well, where do I fucking find the guy?"
Yeah.
Evil Wonka's in the chat. Mr. Riley Estes. Fuck yeah, that's one of my good buddies there. And then Brett's touching on the 2022 movie. He says the best was the last 30 seconds of him walking back to the home. I like how you're a bit of a fucking, you're hard to please, I can tell with these. You're more fucking, you're critical on it, where I'm just such an easygoing. I'm just like, cool. Let's see what happens. Like you say shit and I start thinking about it. I go, yeah, that's right. It can't be like that. Like that'd be bullshit. So I appreciate your perspective on all that stuff too, man. The guy said he's very interested. So yeah, no worries at all. But dude, brother, I think I want to wrap this up here. I really fucking appreciate your time. I think what you're doing again is just so goddamn amazing. I'd love to have you back on when you're, unveiling your next round of masks. We can start pushing that out.
Absolutely.
Obviously we don't ever want to rush our amazing artists on their creativity and shit. So you just let me know when it's time, and some of these limited things going on. For fuck's sake, save up your money, motherfuckers, because get in while it's good. Otherwise, you're fucked. So. And Bobby Mitchum is Big Bobby Buns is in the chat, and he's finally giving me a dose of my own medicine. Mr. Skaggs come out with a Leatherface a while ago, and he owns one. I've been trying to bust his balls on buying it for the past 30 auctions he's been doing. So he's finally saying he needs Skaggs Leatherface, please. So. Oh my God. And then Brett also says, both y'all legends, appreciate the stream. Yeah, again, is there anything else you want to plug, man, before we cut it loose here?
Jeez, what would I like to say? Well, hey, if you have something that I'm not offering and you'd like to see me do it, or you'd like to privately commission it, I'm open.
Okay, right.
Yeah, if you just, yeah, if you have anything, we can handle it. It's gonna be, yeah, I've had lots of people try to, offer. I will buy grandmas. I had to turn down a couple offers that were pretty high, but shipping costs.
Oh, you got to come pick it up.
Oh, it's either you come pick it up, or it's gonna be like $1,000 in shipping, and you're gonna have to be okay with that. Having a semi truck ship it to you in a crate.
Yeah.
Or you just buy your own chair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no problem.
All right, brother. Well, again, and anybody join the fucking forum, for Christ's sakes. We're going to see Quinn's on there all the time.
Seriously, join it.
Yep, it's legit. So I'm really, really excited to see what's coming for that. All right, dude. Well, again, appreciate you coming on, brother. It's been a killer episode. I'm really excited, and I can't wait for the commission I got with you. I'll definitely be showing that off with a good unboxing and everything too. So everybody, stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
You have a nice fucking weekend, brother. Thanks again for hopping on.
You too.
All right, man. Peace.
Thank you.
All right. There we go, baby. Another one in the books. That is episode 59, for Christ's sake. Shani Shango, I see you in the chat there too. You've been watching for a while. What did you think, man? You got a fucking a young blood that's wearing some Kiss shit. I can't believe you weren't fucking coming all over the chat, man. Bobby scored my second Skaggs masterpiece tonight. Bobby, send me some pictures in the chat, you handsome bastard. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stoney. Of course, that's me. Hello, how the fuck you doing? TCM Museum of Minnesota, we doing the Space Corps podcast, coming to you live every goddamn Friday, maybe a Saturday every once in a while. Next weekend, I have got a rescheduled guest for the new TCM mini fan film, The Badlands, that came out here. So we got Stud Bronson, who is also a professional wrestler in the TCM realm as well, coming on. He's actually going to be wrestling Evil Nate Hewitt coming up pretty soon, too. I have got to go see that motherfucking thing. But in closing, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'd love to give love to the sponsors of the show, Half Moon Designs. Once again, I will always praise Ann McDonald, the Queen Bee, for her goddamn top-of-the-line, high-quality, beautiful fucking work that she does and puts out into this community. Heavily horror-themed, but some of it is not, such as the burrito wallets right there. That thing went viral a couple of times on TikTok. Beautiful, baby. Use the promo code SpaceCorps at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your entire order. Doesn't matter. No gimmick, no bullshit. Buy one thing, buy 100 things. You're going to get that 10% off. Look at those fucking fanny packs. Goddamn, dude. I just refreshed the ad too because she's always pumping out some hot, beautiful, new shit. Support our brothers and sisters. Get some top of the line, beautiful backpacks, mini backpacks, wallets, satchels, whatever the fuck. I'm terrible. And then of course support the show if you want. If you like what you see and you want to support some shit like your hot boy Roy there, get yourself a TCM shirt, get yourself a podcast shirt. There's my boy Zach Clipper. Goddamn. That shirt you're seeing right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is made by the young Stony Zelda Stone. 3 different color variants for that. That's all in the fucking shop, baby. So if you like what you see, you want to support the show a little bit further other than just liking, thumbsing up, or, sharing the feed, which that's appreciated too. Again, no obligation to ever spend a fucking penny on my dumb ass. But if you do, anything that's sold in the store comes right back to the show to get, better production value stuff, better microphones, better all that, blah, 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 blah. Fucking A. So in closing, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all fucking hanging out and checking this shit out, baby. It's been a good fucking episode. I can't wait for next weekend again. Really trying to just load up the schedule with bangers where it's just not that solo episode. I don't mind doing those, but I like to bring to you guys the artists, the new shit that's going on, stuff we can talk about. So if you can hang out during the live on the Facebook page, of course, is where you can find it down below there. Facebook/TCM Museum. Chill out on the lives, baby. That's where the social hour's at. You get your comments in, get the banter, blah, blah, blah. But if you can't, that's cool, man. You fucking work overnights, you're busy. You just want to kick this podcast on at some other time, maybe when you're driving or working out. Go to the YouTube page. I always put up every episode on there kind of as an archive. And then, of course, all the shit's on TikTok and all that stuff, too. This old dog's learning some new fucking tricks. Let's be fucking real about it. So, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a great fucking weekend. Thanks for hanging out again. This is your boy Stoney, and I am out, bitch. Peace!
Drifting through the void, no gravity grip. Space Corp saga on a cosmic trip. No breath to take, but memories steep. Searching for the chainsaw in the galaxy deep. Stars blink, the silence loud. Stony waiting, Minnesota proud. Magic chainsaw, got the cosmic glow. Gonna bring it back, gotta let them know. Space Corps goes orbiting by. Harvest moon in the cosmic sky. Stony holding breath in time. Chainsaw quest in a stellar ride. Past the nebulous misty smoke. Chasing myths, never broke. Zombie hero in a spacesuit shell. Searching for a song, riding through hell. Dim lights, planets and moons alone. Alive, chainsaws power a magic sign. Echoes of the past in the endless black. No turning back, in space we hack. Space Corps goes orbiting by. Harvest moon in a cosmic sky. Stony holding breath in time. Chainsaw quest in a stellar rhyme. Stars blink, the silence loud. Stony waiting, Minnesota proud. Magic chainsaw, got the cosmic glow. Gotta bring it back, gotta let them know. Space